everybody, this is Reese from Retro Garden, and this is going to be a bit of a vlog, but it's also going to share, as well as updates on upcoming videos. I'm going to also share what I've been up to from a retro gaming capacity, as well as share a few pickups that I have picked up as well. Thank you for the feedback on the first two videos, really do appreciate it. They did really well, actually, better than I expected, and it's been an interesting just to kind of see how, the feedback and everything. It's been wonderful. There will be another one coming up relatively soon. We will be doing a video on FIFA Street and the interesting origins of that video game, because it's actually quite interesting. Even though it's an EA game, there is actually some interesting beginnings to that series of games. Before that, though, there is going to be another video, and I'm going to talk about that. So, recently I was on holiday. I spent 3 days going from Amsterdam to Krakow via Berlin. So, the first bit was Amsterdam. Amsterdam, I went to TwitchCon. It was very, very nice. I had a great time. I do streaming. And I met lots of interesting people, but it's kind of not really relevant for this video, so yeah, here's a couple of snaps from TwitchCon. It will show you exactly what it was like, and yeah. So that was Amsterdam. Didn't really do too much beyond playing a few retro games that were at TwitchCon. I played a lot of Blomjack. Instead, we're going to go to the end of the trip, which was Krakow. And 6 years ago, I wrote an article on my site where I detailed the Krakow Pinball Museum. And thankfully, it's still there. It's probably one of the biggest pinball museums within Europe. And it has only gone on from strength to strength. I went back to see what it was like, how it had changed, and recorded some footage. You can see some of the photos from that trip as well. Now, the other thing which I'll probably throw into it as well is the Krakow Arcade Museum. The same company has opened up an arcade museum on the outskirts of Krakow. I will also do a video detailing that. In fact, I might just stick it into one video where I detail both and talk a little bit about both. That's going to be the next video that is going to be on the channel. And you can see photos from both areas of said trip. The middle stop on the trip was in Berlin, and on what was the hottest day of the year, I went to a retro game shop, which was called Freeman Games, which is located fairly centrally in Berlin. You walk past it and you don't really assume too much about it. They advertise probably more the parcel, DHL deliveries, pickup area rather than the actual game, but actually going in, it was like an Aladdin's cave. It was stacked high and low with video games. There was a lot of video games and consoles. The rarest stuff seemed to be higher up on the shelves. So for example, one of the consoles I'm collecting for at the moment is the Sega Mega Drive, because I'm due to get a Mega Drive soon, and a lot of it was quite high up and out of reach, and I didn't really want to kind of climb up a ladder to go and get it, or make anybody else climb up a ladder, so I can have a look. But it was really nice. Owner was really friendly. We had a good chat through broken English and broken German. But it was great. It was very interesting as well. There was quite a large PS1 collection, which is another console I collect for. It was very interesting to see the German name games and all the sleeves with them intact. So here is what I had bought. The first game was Dr. Mario for the Game Boy. Really, really enjoyed this game. Probably one of my favourite puzzle games. I prefer it to Tetris. I really, really enjoy it. And this became like my... because I had a Game Boy with me, this became my go-to game during the trip. So when I had a little bit of downtime, and believe me, there's travel chaos in Europe, I had a lot of downtime. This was the game that I played. Really, really enjoy it. I am so glad I've got it for the Game Boy. Interestingly, this one was priced a little bit more expensive than the other two because it came with a German manual. However, after speaking with the owner, the manual was in German, and I really wouldn't have had much use for a German manual. My reading German isn't that great, so he was very, very happy to kind of split it off. He actually sold the manuals separately, and he was able to do that. So yeah, he split off the game to the manual, which was really, really good to see. So if you are struggling for a manual and need a manual, could be an interesting shop to kind of check out. He also tested all these games. He tested with a Game Boy to make sure they worked before I purchased them, which was great. The second game I bought, which also was a very similar price, also for the Game Boy, and I've just checked actually, I've just noticed that it has German label, is Motocross Maniac. You can see the German label part there. This is an interesting one. I had one of those 32-in-1 games that one of my neighbours had as a child, and this was one of the games that I really, really enjoyed in it. I don't really know too much about the game in terms of its history. It feels like it is an Excitebike clone. I always thought it was Excitebike, but then I actually Googled this game in the shop and went, oh, that's that game that I played as a child. Really enjoy it. Probably need the manual to work out what all the extras do. You can end up getting a bit lost, but it works pretty well. The third game that I bought is an all-time Game Boy classic, I think. It is Donkey Kong... I can't think you can see that. Donkey Kong 94. Again, for the Game Boy. There we go, I've got to focus. Donkey Kong 94 for the Game Boy. Love this game. Really, really enjoyed it. I've never completed it. I played it for a very, very good while when I first got my Super Game Boy, but never actually owned it. It starts off like the original Donkey Kong, but gets so much deeper and so much better, and you can do like little funky tricks. A really, really good update on a classic. Now, this game in particular is the only one that I'm not quite as happy with. Nothing major. Basically, the battery has failed, so I will need to get that replaced at some point, which is an easy enough job to do with a soldering iron. And I'm quite competent enough to do that. Yeah, that's the only slight downside with everything that I have bought. It doesn't save. But I didn't really play too much of it before finding that out, so yeah, it is what it is, and it's expected. The game works fine, though. And the final game is a really, really good game for the PS1, which is another console I'm collecting for. It is Cool Borders. Really enjoyed this game. I prefer the sequel to it. Sequel seems to be a lot better. Play the sequel a lot more. But the first game is pretty good. I'm looking forward to trying this out. I believe it's on the PS Plus, the little PS Mini console. If you are seeing footage from this game, I've recorded it from my PS Mini console. So hopefully I haven't had to acquire a copy of it. But yeah, really, really good game. Although when I said before about like games being in both English and German, this is very much in English first as a first language. So yeah, really, really good game. Really, really do enjoy it. So all in all, they came to €75, which is about £65. Cool Borders was £15. The Game Boy games were 20 each. Most happy with Donkey Kong. I think it can get retails for about £30 in the UK on eBay. So yeah, really happy with my purchases. I understand it may be a little bit more expensive, but the way in which I look at it, it keeps a local business up and running and in business, which is really, really nice. I also really enjoyed the experience of just going to the shop and flicking through the games, having a look, exploring. That I also put value on. So yeah, really, really happy for it. And really, really happy with the purchases of Dr. Mario. I've already got my money back on because I just spent so much time playing it at airports. And yeah, if you're in Berlin, do please check out Freeman Games because it's a good little retro shop and it's a really nice little fun place to go. Also, I made it onto their Instagram page, which is nice. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Really, really do appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed just this small little update. As I said, really, really quick. Like, comment, subscribe. Have you been to Freeman Games in Berlin? Have you been to the Krakow Pinball Museum? Let me know how you've done with your retro pickups recently. Is it sacrilege that you split up a box so that I could just buy the game? Do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, share this video. It'd be really appreciated. It really helps the numbers. And hopefully see you very, very soon, where we're talking about the Krakow Pinball Museum. Do take care.